Hi everybody, Catfish Jones here for a little bit of car talk on a pretty warm day. Not sure it got up to 90, but it got pretty darn close. And here I go, venture out into the world, make my way back home. Wanted to talk a little bit today, and it may deviate from topics I usually touch on, but it's been on my mind, as have other things. But, as the title suggests, wanted to talk today a little bit about Pewds. Yes, PewDiePie on YouTube has hit 100 million subscribers. That is huge. That is phenomenal for a YouTuber. And, it's a very interesting story, a very interesting journey, although it's not much different than it claims to be. It is just a person who uploads videos, independent entertainment, to a platform that allows him to, and other people choose to watch that entertainment. And I'm not sure if everybody agrees or has the same feelings on PewDiePie. I don't really have anything against the guy. There's some YouTubers that got pretty big that really make me want to... But, for some reason, I really find myself charmed by the Swedish fella. And it could be my fanship of Minecraft that aids in there. Of course, PewDiePie started off with some Minecraft and some other different games, Let's Plays and different things like that, mainly as a gaming website. But I think the thing that really pushed PewDiePie over the edge was kind of the Dave Hughes model, if you will, although it's probably reverse of that. So what does Dave do? He does his thing, which is mostly reviewing small YouTube channels and nomads, what he calls nomads. But the other thing that he does is the lettuce. And I've always thought that was the biggest thing for his channel, because by doing letters, he's not just putting out content that people might be interested in. He is providing an opportunity for other people's voices to be heard. Now, Dave had just one of the most prolific comment sections way back when, and still does, absolutely still does. And he was always great about not moderating the conversation with too heavy of a hand. I mean, of course, you can't have certain things spoke openly in polite society. But for the most part, he was pretty good about letting most things fly. But the part that really is the zinger was then reading back some of the spicier comments, some of the better things said in that comment section. And to me, it was just interesting to watch, specifically the letters portions, and I'm sure for everybody else as well. Is he gonna read my comment today? Is he gonna mention me? And not that it really matters. It's just one of those things when you hear your name, you're like, oh, I'm somebody now. I'm in the phone book. Yes, I'm that jerk. And so, for me, that's kind of like where PewDiePie kind of went that extra little bit. Now, of course, he's doing regular video game videos, and once he got to a certain level, he's able to do like, you know, celebrity fundraisers, and me and Jablinski Games gonna go play some Minecraft together, and Tuber Simulator, and all kinds of wonderful things that are not making YouTube videos. But the whole while making content, sharing it with the world, Sometimes he's a little edgy, but really, for a Swedish fella, I think that's about as edgy as he can get. For a time there, wore a glorious beard, just a fantastic beard, even though he did spoil it with hilarious haircuts. But the Lie, the Last Week I Asked You episodes, which is basically a show where he asks his audience to post memes about whatever they're posting about that week on his subreddit, which is an off-site message board, news aggregator, thing like that. And so all the people watching his videos can make spicy memes and post it up there, and then the next week they'll watch Pewds review those memes. And the meme review became a huge part of his channel, in my opinion. I haven't done a deep scientific research on PewDiePie. Certainly have not been watching every day for 9 years, although I've been aware of him for a significant amount of time. And recently I've actually been watching quite a bit since he did a recent round of Minecraft. It will probably always be my, quote, favorite game. I don't know that anything's going to change that. It would take quite a serious game to come in and swoop it in, and the state of games, video game industry, and games marketing, and microtransactions, and all that stuff. I don't foresee a AAA title being as cool as Minecraft was to me when it first started out, and I don't see any indie titles really finding that vein of solid gold to succeed where the bigs tend to fail. I think I've gotten a little bit off subject, specifically with the with the PewDiePie and the Last Week I Asked You, or Lie. It's an amazing self-feeding kind of content, because one week you do an episode where you review the memes from last week, and then you encourage your audience to submit memes for next week, and then basically the audience is giving you funny stuff. And if you have 100 million subscribers, a large number of those have to be going off-site and posting these memes, and then of that number, some of those have to be good, have to be funny, and some of them are probably garbage. I'm sure he's not reading every meme that gets posted to his PewDiePie subreddit, but very interesting. Then combine that with very interesting, and this song gets stuck in my head a lot, but the intro song to Lie, post your entries to the subreddit bros, we'll watch submissions on the next episode of Lie. I mean, it's amazing. It's like 3 lines, 4 lines or whatever, and it describes everything that's going on. Here's how you do it. You post your entries on the subreddit, and then we'll watch those submissions, not all of them, but some of them, on the next episode of Lie. Last Week I Asked You. In that, everybody who posts a submission is going to be watching that next episode to say, hey, I thought the one I did was pretty darn funny, or somewhat spicy, or, you know, the face swap was just too perfect. He has to show my meme on the next episode of Lie. And if 200,000 or 100,000 or 900,000 or 100 million people are watching an episode thinking that they might get PewDiePie to say their name and post their meme, I don't know, it's like Dave Hughes. And it's on a much larger scale, because with Dave Hughes, he's got a few thousand. I think he's, up to 8,000, 9,000, maybe even up to 10,000 now. I'm not sure exactly where Dave's at. Dave, if you're watching this, let me know in the comments how many subscribers you got. It's not 100 million, I can promise you. But it's the same kind of thing. The people not only are excited to watch maybe Dave say their name, but maybe everybody watching Dave finally hears your name, and a couple of those are like, ooh, I wonder what kind of content's on that channel. I'm going to go look it up. Oh, you know what? I think that's very interesting. I'm going to be a subscriber. And the same thing with PewDiePie. Some of these people post their submissions, and then their Reddit username's right on there, and then they're like, I gotta find that Reddit user because that was the funniest meme ever. Ah, the memes. Ah, the meme. And then from there, some of those people probably gain their own traction. Some of those people probably post videos that say, I spent 24 hours in a live stream drawing PewDiePie. And you're like, no, I don't think so. And then PewDiePie mentions it in a LOI. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, wow, I'm going to watch that video just because I saw it in a PewDiePie video. And then here's 24 hours of this guy doodling PewDiePie. The things people will do to get famous. Me personally, I like to watch and am interested in the mechanics of it all, but I am in no rush to 100 million. In fact, I think I've kind of stalled out, like, well, I don't want to make a Hurricane Dorian joke, but you know where I'm going with this, and I have no problem with the stall. I'm in a good spot. I'm very happy with the content that I'm able to produce lately, especially with everything else going on. And I've got a pocket full of goodies that I would like to continue to post as time allows. But I have priorities on that front, and right now the priority is layers. I'll have some more information, I think, tomorrow in the CFJ vlog, where maybe I'll update a little bit and kind of kick around. I think this morning I got to post the Born to Ramble video, which I was a little disappointed with how it turned out quality-wise. It's like all of the art bled, and, but it's still a neat video, and that concept I'd like to do, but I'd like to really clean it up a little bit, and I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, all of that for tomorrow. Today's episode, I just wanted to talk about PewDiePie, and as a YouTuber, how interesting 100 million sounds like. But goodness, how intimidating would that be to have 100 million people waiting for you to put out content, and then maybe you don't do a tiny painting, and you disappoint thousands and thousands of people. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Car Talk with Catfish. I had a fun time chatting, and look forward to talking to you guys very soon, somewhere on the internet. Until then, be well, and cheers.